Hello,
Hello, ladies and gents.
we're making a special video for you.
A bit of more special video. Now, see, we are on Minecraft, but we are not actually going to pay too much attention to the gameplay. We're going to mess around a bit, but
And this sort of series we're doing, we're going to talk about some random stuff that to be thinking about.
yeah, we are going to talk about games and gaming news and things around the gaming industry.
And today's subject is Street Ender.
It's DLC, downloadable content.
A lot of games have DLC now.
Yeah, they have, don't they? Especially later ones. Later ones have a lot of DLC. I mean, it used to be only like expansions, maybe. If you go like 5 to 10 years back, maybe. Used to be only like expansions, but now these days there's like tons of DLC, especially new ones.
Yeah, and day one DLC.
Yeah, they want DLC.
And some of them don't really add much content, do they?
Yeah, they had like things that make you look a little bit better or something, or they don't add much to it, and they still cost you quite a bit.
Yeah, but if you think about it in theory, DLC is amazing. It's like fun. If you
Yeah.
really like the game, you can buy some extra content for just a little bit extra.
Yeah, if you like the game and you're like, oh, this is a nice game, but it's a shame it doesn't have much content. So if they release DLC, you can buy more content. So it's a nice concept in that respect, yes.
And if you add up the cost of all DLC from a game, you can sometimes get more than the actual price of the game.
Yeah, that happens, yeah, where all the DLC together is like more expensive than the game itself. So yeah, that's a bit silly sometimes.
Yeah, and I was talking about day one DLC earlier. There's more and more games that have that, and the price for the games doesn't actually drop.
Yeah,
It's
are
just
they
standard price.
actually releasing DLC to cut the price, cutting the price and make the price lower, or are they actually just trying to get you pay more money for the same amount of content?
Yeah, it's just they produce the whole game and then they cut part of it to put in DLC.
Yeah. Are they actually doing that, or is that just a rumor? Because some people are saying that, but is it actually true? You don't really know that, do you?
Well, if it's day one, you do.
If it's day one, yeah, most think, yeah, that has a huge chance of being like.
They already have the content. Why not just add it to the game? No, they have to release it in day one DLC.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
They just want to get more money, and most of DLC is really overpriced. You're on fire. Anyways,
Yeah, I bought these DLC myself for games like Magica. We have bought Magica, both of us. You have to bought a collection of it, so you get all the DLC.
I didn't think that was too bad. The price wasn't that high. It was all in sale. And
Yeah, it was a
DLC
sale,
price
so we
wasn't too bad.
decided to buy it. So sometimes I think DLC is worth it, but it depends on the content, I guess. Sometimes you just get like items that make you look different, and you're like, oh, this is really worth like $2 something, €2. That's way too much for just like
The
an item
last
like that.
DLC I bought was actually for Mass Effect 2. It wasn't that much content actually, but it was content where I had fun. And
Yeah.
I think that was most important when you add content.
For example, I really like Borderlands 2. It's a very nice game in my opinion. So I decided, well, let's buy a little bit of DLC for it, shall we? So I did, and I really enjoyed the DLC.
Yeah, that's the major question. Is the price worth the content you're getting? Are you going to enjoy it? Or is it just some really small thing that isn't actually going to do anything? For example, you know the new Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah. I haven't played Tomb Raider, but
It has a multiplayer option, which nobody really plays. But that multiplayer has a lot of DLC. And some of them just want here, if you buy this DLC, you can get a silencer on your pistol. So why? Why is this added to the game? What's the point of putting that in DLC?
Yeah.
Or here is an extra skin for your character. Okay, maybe. But really, extra skin, what's that going to do?
Yeah, it doesn't give you anything, does it?
There are people who actually buy skins for their characters.
Yeah, it's
Which in a way
it's a bit like a TF2, I guess. People pay money, real money, for just like hats. It's interesting, isn't it?
But I can understand that you want your character to look good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean as a developer, you have to make so many skins and put them all as DLC.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
And then, a lot of people who are complaining about DLC actually play some subscription-based MMOs.
Yeah, subscription based is kind of the same as like buying DLC for content. You are paying for like updates, basically.
Yeah,
You're
and
paying for it so that the developer has enough money to keep updating the game.
they are probably the best example of bad DLC in these subscription-based MMOs.
Yeah,
They-
sometimes they even add subscription, like DLC and subscription based, and that's a little bit over the edge, I think, in my opinion. You're already asking for people to, like, pay a subscription for the game, and then you add additional items so that people can buy. I mean,
Think about games like World of Warcraft, for example.
yeah, probably the most famous one.
Every couple of, 2 years or something? Every 2 years, a new expansion?
I think it's almost 1 year. No,
No,
it's most like 2 years. I don't know.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's probably the best example of bad DLC, because what are you going to do when you don't buy it? That's basically the end of the game.
Yeah, if you don't buy those expansions, you're basically low level and there's no one to play around with because everyone buys the expansion and you're pretty much forced to buy the expansions.
Yeah, and you're already paying a subscription. So, I can understand it takes a lot of money to develop such things.
Yeah, it takes tons of money to develop games, especially MMOs. I think that's the one most demanding one. And developers need to earn money. There are people too. I mean, yeah, they have to earn money. They have to run a company and stuff. So
So in a way, I can understand that for MMOs because they constantly
Yeah.
have to add content.
yeah,
But then they also do that for games, just normal games.
yeah,
Says van, yeah, here's for 10 euros or dollars you can play one new mission. This is 10
yeah,
minutes, an extra 10 minutes of gameplay. I mean, if you play 50 euros of dollars for about 8 hours of game experience, you wanted to play 10 extra, just play 10 more minutes.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Also, an example of DLC I bought was for Arkham City, Batman Arkham City.
I can see it. Yeah, I haven't played that one either. So same as Tomb Raider, I haven't played it. So.
There was a DLC called Harley Quinn's Revenge. They said that it would add over 2 hours of content for 10 euros. So I bought it when it was in sale for about 2.5. And do you know how much content I got out of it?
No, you tell me.
Half an hour.
Half an hour
Oh,
for that much money.
If you think about the full price, 10 euros. And a half an hour of gameplay, is it worth it? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if you just times 5, that would be about 2.5 hours of gameplay. Are you going to pay 50 euros for a game that only has 2.5 hours of gameplay?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be worth it, I think. Well, maybe if you had a lot of fun, maybe.
That's one of the things I often look at when I want to buy a game. If it has enough content, it's often an issue for me. Like, I don't know. I know this game is like €10, but am I going to pay enough hours? Am I going to put enough hours in it to be worth the money I put into it?
Yeah, and there's also a problem with new games lately. They're getting shorter.
Yeah, it got a shorter for the same amount of money.
I mean, is the cost so much higher? Really? I'm not a developer. I wouldn't know myself, but it's something to think about.
I think making games is getting more expensive, but I don't think it's going to be like much more expensive that they really have to increase the price as much as it is now.
Did think about it about 5 years ago or something. The price of games was actually about the same,
Yeah.
and things cost more by now. So I kinda understand, but is it that much of a difference? I mean, it's not like there weren't bad games 5 years ago, but still, there wasn't as much DLC. Except for games like World of Warcraft with the expansions, but there's actually expansions are actually the kind of the first form of DLC.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? If you think about it, I mean, you pay an amount and you get extra content for it. So yeah, it's a little bit of a DLC indeed. Just has a different name
Yeah,
back then. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't available for download. If you think about Warcraft 3 and Doom 3, they also have sort of extras. Warcraft 3 has the Frozen Throne, which is basically
Yeah. It's not
really
expansion.
DLC.
It's an expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got a different name. But I bought it, and it was a lot of these things were a lot of content. I had fun with them.
Yeah.
Well, Doom 3 expansion wasn't that long, but still, I had fun. And that's probably the most important thing about DLC. If you're going to buy it, are you going to have fun? And is that fun going to be worth the money it costs to buy it?
Yeah.
Think about Mass Effect 3 for a minute. It has quite a few DLCs. I don't know by heart, but yeah, if I bought those DLCs, I would pay more than the actual game. I mean, I had fun with the game. I put over 100 hours in it. But yeah, is it worth for me to buy the DLC? I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, you can keep thinking about this, can't you? It's like,
Yeah.
I guess it depends. Again, I said this before. Like, depends on the content you buy. It depends on the game, the price of it. So. Also depends on developers. Some developers are better ones than others. Some want more money. The other ones want just better games. Yeah.
But I also think that publishers and developing game developers are overdoing it. There's too much DLC.
Yeah, it's almost getting to the point where like half of the games are getting DLC. I don't know.
Yeah, and just for all those other season passes, where you get all
Season
DLC.
passes. Yeah, where you got
Why
all
not
DC
do
in
it?
one go. It's a discounted price. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun. Just you can get all DLC for that price, whatever DLC will come out. So you have it for games like Assassin's Creed 3. Borderlands also has it, I think. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Borderlands 2, yes. And I think the first one as well.
Yeah, I think I saw it on Steam once. Basically, it just comes down to price, really.
Yeah.
Like we said before. So, yeah, I think that about covers all we have to talk about.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up for like this conversation about DLC. Again, Yeah,
We have
leave
more,
your. I suggest you leave your opinion on the bottom of this video, like in the one of the comments or so. I will definitely read them.
We also have some other subjects we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
You just think about what to
If
say.
you like this video, we will make more. Let us know in the comments if you like this concept or you don't like them, and maybe what gameplay we should run in the background. Because like warming around this castle thing you built, it's nice, but
Yeah. Also, if you have a decent name for this. Also,
there is name for this series. Yes, as we are not very creative, we can't come up with good names for things.
I wouldn't say aren't creative. We just are bad at coming up with names.
Yeah, names are difficult to.
So, I thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, folks.
See you later.
Bye, guys. Take care.